congratulations, Hugh.
Thank you,
It's
Genevieve.
fantastic to
Thank
see you come back again 6 times
Yes.
as Wolverine
Yeah.
and 7 with Days of Future Past.
Right.
As well as the fact that you're going to be playing, we might be seeing a lot more of Wolverine. Is it getting easier or harder, do you think?
Physically harder, but I'm enjoying it more than ever.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure why that is. I think this movie I've been waiting for 13 years to make. I've always wanted to do this particular story, so I was really invested in it. But I loved the director. I loved that we shot in Japan. I loved the setting and the story. I just really loved. We got to see more of the human side of Wolverine in this movie.
We noticed that you guys sort of had changed courses in terms of telling the story as opposed to the origin story.
Yeah.
It's more closer to sort of for the comics, for
Yes.
the comic fanboys. Was that a conscious effort, you think?
The conscious effort, I think, was to really tell the story of this character as we knew him. And the DNA of that comes from the comic book. He is a slightly darker character. He is intense, he's quite interior, more restrained, and quite human, really.
Yeah.
He's got obviously superhuman sort of qualities and abilities, but the really defining quality is very human, that inner rage. That's what makes him so cool.
You said, and you caused quite a tizzy, that you'd fight alongside Spider-Man, Iron Man, and the entirety of the Avengers.
I don't know if I'm alongside with him. Maybe I'll fight against him.
I was just going to ask, how do you think we can help you make that happen?
Well, you've got to somehow get the heads of Marvel, Fox, and Sony Studios together.
All together in one room?
Yeah, and get them to make probably one of the most expensive movies of all time. And if you could do that, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I don't know how often those guys have ever come to. It's a kind of maybe easier to tackle peace in the Middle East.
Right.
But it's worth a shot.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah, I'm optimistic.
There you go. We've got to get you in there and maybe say your piece.
I'll try.
And going on that, and you mentioned before that growing up, Superman was one of your biggest superheroes as well, watching it when you were 9 years old. If Wolverine met him in a dark alley, who do you think will win?
That's a good question. I mean, Superman always has the ability to fly away, which is a version of running away, which is probably what he'd do, let's be honest.
Oh, come on.
I would never really bet against Wolverine.
No?
I wouldn't.
You think it'll be a fight to the finish?
Yeah, I mean, the thing about, certainly on paper, Superman's got a few more powers, really, but he's just hasn't got enough mongrel in him to beat Wolverine. Yeah.
So you act, you sing, you dance, you've gotten the star in Hollywood, you've gotten the Golden Globe, you've got the Oscar nom, you've hosted the Oscars. What else is there left for Hugh Jackman to do?
That's a good question. I don't know. Everything's been a bonus since about my first job, I think. That was about as far as I'd thought.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm really enjoying and loving it. I feel very grateful for the opportunities I've had, and I just see what presents itself.
I want to ask you a little favor, and this is for your Singapore fans, and they love you. They love the fact that Hugh Jackman sings on Broadway and in Les Miserables, as well as the fact that he's Wolverine. So I'm thinking if I can get Hugh Jackman to serenade Singapore audiences with a couple of either some Les Mis or some Oklahoma songs in the style of Wolverine. Is that possible? Come on.
You're not asking for much, are you?
No, not at all.
How would Wolverine?
Oh, okay. So
There's a person I'm gonna slash in off this morning. There you go.
very good.